So, welcome to today. I'm Christine.
I'm Liz.
And we are Double D-Fense. We're an all-female New York Rangers podcast, bringing you fun conversation about our New York Rangers, the NHL and hockey, and so much more. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Christine.
Well, hi.
Hi. Good to see you here.
It's good to see you
on the
evening this weekend on another podcast.
Yes.
So we're back, and a lot's happened. Like
a lot has happened, and we are recording this on what night is this? I can't even keep track. This is Wednesday night, December 11th. The Rangers have finally scraped together a victory.
I know. Yay, cheers. The bus has been found.
The bus was found barely. I just want to say barely. So the Rangers just beat the Buffalo Sabres 3-2. That game was way too close for comfort, but at least it was a win, so we can chalk that up. I wanted to kick off this week's episode of Double D-Fense by asking, how is the optimist feeling?
It's fine. I'm fine. Look, we won. Had we lost, well, look, I did the drink post today, right?
So please let's talk about your drink post, because I think it was very appropriate.
So we're always talking about, and I think you started talking about this like in our first season, is that, when we typically don't get our acts together in the beginning of the game, it's just that the bus is arriving late. So the fact that
the Rangers are all on the bus together, and they're all trying to get to either Madison Square Garden or wherever the game is being played.
Right.
Sometimes that bus does not show up in the first period. Sometimes they get stuck in traffic. Many times this season, I think they've been stuck on the George Washington Bridge, trying to get into the city.
I've been stuck on the George Washington Bridge. It's a valid thing.
Yeah. But sometimes that bus is not in, it has not delivered.
I feel like they forgot all their stuff on the bus and they go back and they accidentally lock themselves in.
Exactly. Yeah. They start playing and then they're like, oh yeah, that's right. Miller's still on the bus. Got to go back for him.
So with our streak of losses and our the losses that we should have won the games in the last week, really that bus connotations really come to light. It's like, where is this damn bus? It's lost. I think they just took a wrong turn and just kept going, and so that's kind of what inspired me for today. Because look, we lost against Chicago. And of course, we consider that to be a gift. We were, a guest on Hockey Princess Angela's podcast on Sunday, prior to the meetup on Monday for Chicago. And and we consider it a gift. We kind of called it too. So we kind of knew. So this was just like, hey, look, if we're going to lose to these teams that aren't playing well, then you're really kind of saying a whole different story, where we're on the same level as them, but yet our ranking is still higher. Our expectations are even higher, as we know.
Well, our paychecks are higher. So
that's you saw the post of like highest paid, players and stuff. So, are they? Well, we'll see. It's like it doesn't start meaning something till we can kind of get another one in a row. They're still not looking thrilled. I mean, I'm seeing comments too, like, why don't they smile when they score? So a lot's going down. So since we last spoke, we woke up Friday morning to rumor. Oh, wait, it's real. So the rumors came true and occurred. Trouba got traded close to us. I mean, 15 minutes away from, where the Ducks play, Honda Center. So, and where they practice. So he's going to be my neighbor. I wonder if he's going to.
He is 100% going to be your neighbor. I am waiting I'm waiting for you to run into him. And you know what's funny? Christine and I do this all the time when we go out. We always find people who look like New York Rangers players. It happens all the time. We've seen Shesterkin.
The Mika look-alike at Nobu.
We saw the Mika Zibanejad look-alike. I think the next time you see a Trouba look-alike, you're going to look again, and it is going to be him.
It's going to be him probably. Remember when we ran into those guys and all of them looked like the Hughes brothers? Like all of them. It was like three of them. There were three brothers. They all look like all of them. So yeah,
But I would be on the lookout, especially like in the supermarket, things like that. And now I don't know what's going to happen, in terms of his family. He talked a little bit about that when they were interviewing him right after the trade. If he's moving with his family, if he's going to be all by his lonesome here in LA. So we'll find out. We'll find out. He will befriend him.
Yeah. So, well, look, they're going to do what they're going to do. That's going to be an amazing game to watch now when the Ducks play the Rangers in March. And guess who's going to be there? We're going to get right there. I know exactly. You know where we sit right there. We're going to go and we're going to have our seats. I should look into tickets now and make sure we get those seats and they're good.
It definitely makes me more excited to see the Ducks play. So that is exciting. The rumors are still going. And I don't think that this win over the Sabres is going to be, I don't think it's going to be strong enough to probably squash those rumors at this point. And at this stage, I think I've seen everybody's name on the potential rumor mill.
Yeah, stay on Facebook too. These people, I'm like, look, if they're all gonna trade, you got to go with them too, because these people are just nutty. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Look, the funniest thing I thought was, what was it? It had to be 30 minutes after, the confirmed trade where all of a sudden Igor has signed. So it sounded like they had to make the trade to make room and be able to pay Igor. So we had that. And then, we blink and the next day he's having a baby, so yeah. He's like, this is the best day of my life. It's so good. Oh, wait, I lost. So, although today he kind of had his spirit back a little bit. Again, I'm ready. I love it when he starts windmilling people. These guys were in his face and knocking him down. And there was a couple of pushes. So I do like it. I do like feisty Igor. I want to see more of that. It fires him up. We also do want to see Jonathan Quick. He's two wins away from this milestone. So he unexpectedly went in and played on Sunday and lost, unfortunately, to our bad defense, which we still have to do. This still has to kind of come up. I don't know if you saw on Facebook, there's an app that shows it from the above way, and it's like the little dot. So it really shows the movement of the players, and it really shows you how your buddy Miller just doesn't know what he's doing, because the Miller dot is just like, oh, I'm all over the place, And the last couple of games, look, he's trying to take shots. He scored a goal, and but yet, some of those goals that were scored were because of him, at the same time. So we're back into that redemption phase that he does. And of course, too, when he did score, he didn't smile or anything. It looked like he's about ready to cry. So we're going to kind of keep watching and seeing, look, you want to balance the things. You want more wins than you have losses. Things are going to happen. There has been talk too, I don't know if you've been seeing it, of kind of like the morale of the team with all the rumors and the trade and kind of the way it was handled. I don't like the way it was handled.
You're talking about the Trouba trade?
He came out and talked about it, which good on his part. I'm all in favor that he did that, because they try to force him out. They try to, put him on waivers. They try to do this. He declined everything and made them fire him. And of course, he said it was more of a rite of passage, to do so, which I'm like, good for you.
I'm going to take a slightly opposite stance on that, because I have been thinking about this, and my biggest issue with Trouba, and sort of a moot point now because he's moved on, but he talked about how all of that back and forth affected his playing. I'm really sorry that he felt sad or he felt bad, but he is a professional athlete getting paid a ton of money to show up for every game. And I got the impression after that interview that he was basically making an excuse for why his head was not in the game. And that I don't love. This isn't about how he feels in a given situation. It's not about being nice. It is about getting paid to do a job. So I'm really sorry that his feelings were hurt. And I've seen this a little bit about Mika these days too, about how all the negative press is getting to him. And that's really hard. No kidding. This is really hard. You're a professional athlete. You get paid millions of dollars to do this. Figure your shit out. That is just my 2 cents on that.
So with when it came to Trouba, I don't think it was really that. I think it was just more of because it is a business. I always do talk about the business side of things too. Um, so I don't think that it was handled correctly on the business side, and that was kind of a jerky move on Drury. And then for him to come out with a statement, I think I put it down there, and I kind of said, on when we were talking to Angela on her podcast, that it's like tripping somebody on purpose and then saying you're sorry or trying to help and offer to help them up. It's bullshit. And so, and what it's like, at least be honest about things. And so, because they were playing dirty in the background, yeah, I can see it affecting. He can't be like, he's got to go out and play his game. But, when the stuff gets in your head, and we all have that. So whether so yeah, I understand to your point, like, but sometimes I don't think you can shut out some of these things.
I don't know.
So,
you're professional.
There's a difference between Trouba and Mika. Mika needs to shake it off because this hasn't changed for him, So, he's got to shake it off. But when you're kind of doing dirty stuff in the background and not hiding it, and and then those guys go out and play for a team that doesn't want him, aside from his players. That's a rough thing to do.
But it's all part of the
game.
You
got to play to win. Now knowing you're going to get traded, why do you want the team to win?
Well, but that's part of it. Like, that's why these guys are paid. That's why these guys are paid big bucks. Being traded is it's part of the deal. Like when you become an NHL player.
Yeah.
I mean, Gretzky was traded. Like it's not, you're not in bad company if you get traded, but it's our $22 beers, like we talked about in the last podcast, that are paying for this. And I just, as a fan, I found his statement very frustrating, because I took away from that, we have just watched a month of this guy not try as hard as he can because he was pissed about how things were going on the back end.
No, I don't see it that way.
That's how I saw it. I
also got the feeling that he was trying to kind of work things out. Now, this isn't the first time that Drury's kind of played dirty. Look what he did with Henrik, And so, and that's my thought too. And I think I put it as a comment because, now we've got Igor for 8 years. And in a way, that could be a hindrance on him, because now he's tied to the Rangers for 8 years. But that obviously, as we've learned, doesn't mean that the Rangers can get rid of you when they're done with you. And so that part is where, because Trouba had a contract too. So now contracts don't mean anything. And, and this is where we kind of see people, kind of coming up on their contracts and then making deals and getting traded, and so forth. So, and then look, if we're fired from our job, we're fired immediately, so we don't muck anything up. When you
exactly.
When you delay this, it's a toss up. I mean, look, if you knew you were like they were trying to get rid of you.
But there's a difference between if you and I get fired, somebody stops paying us. Nobody can stop paying him. No, he's under contract. Yeah, but it does. You're a professional athlete. You get paid.
Well, we're professionals too. So we're, everyone looking, whether you're an athlete or, you have your job, you're still expected to do, what, like your job, so take
exactly.
the job.
And if I was being paid $8 million to do my job,
I don't think the money matters.
Showing up.
I don't think the money matters. It's because again, each player should be the same. Even though they're getting, they're negotiating and one's getting paid more than the other. When they all go out to play as a team, they play together.
Well, then if that doesn't matter, then Trouba could have also said, if money didn't matter, he could have gone, hey, look, guys, you know what? You're totally right. I suck this year. Why don't I take a pay cut so we can sign?
I don't think he was given that option. I think Drury's just doing his Drury thing, and and it's I don't know what started this whole thing, and I just don't care, because this stuff happens. I think Drury's a sneaky shit at some times.
Do you think time is running out for Drury as GM?
I don't know who fires him. Like, no, I mean, if he's still here after all the stuff that's gone down, I don't know, nothing's going to change there.
Yeah.
But I don't see that what he did is doing anything to make it better. As kind of we started to talk, it's like there's still more rumors going around, now. And then I'm sure Laviolette is kind of, getting a little nervous, because at what point is the focus shifted from players to him, to Drury, So, again, let's see, my critical kind of time period is the All-Star break or the All
Four
Nations
Nations break this year.
break. Where is it played at?
It's going to be between Boston and Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I keep seeing like, buy your tickets right now, do it now, do it right now. I'm like, where is it? So, yeah. So again, let's see. I think we might have fallen out, or maybe we stayed into the wild card position at this point. Or
as of yesterday, we were out. I don't love looking at that stat right now because there's so much time still left to go.
I know. I just don't. I only care now, and about where we are in our own division.
Yeah.
We're back up. We're back up.
Yeah, I think we're in fourth. But looking at the schedule ahead, like the schedule for the rest of December does get a little bit hairy for the Rangers. So we're taking on the Kings this Saturday. It's a morning game for us at 10 a.m. Right. Sunday, they play the Blues. Tuesday, the Predators. Friday, the Stars. Then Sunday, the 22nd, 9:30 a.m., us West Coasters. They play the Hurricanes, followed by the Devils, the Lightning, and then the Panthers on December 30th to close out the year. So that is a heck of an end to the December schedule. So I think by December 31st, we'll have a pretty good idea of have the Rangers recovered or has time fully run out.
Yeah. Well, as long as they stay above Tampa Bay, we're good. Right now we're in the first wild card spot. So right now that's really all that matters. If we can continue to kind of and I'm looking forward to just, if we lose, I just don't lose twice in a row. So and again, even though we lost to the Sharks, we lost to the Blackhawks because we played the Sharks right on Sunday. I always say too that even though those teams are in the places that they're in, they're not, they're all capable of playing good games. I actually like the Sabres. Look, they've had eight losses now. They were scrambling and for their lives and kind of playing, and I think they were playing well to try to at least get a point. And I was hoping
they came very close.
They were fighting. Look, Paul Bissonnette was like, he was calling it to be a tie, and that he was calling the Rangers in overtime, and I'm like, no. And so I'm glad he was wrong. So so that was good. Again, I personally, I would feel better when we have a little gap in there. The 1-goal lead really isn't cutting it. And, again, it's just, I don't know. It really is a defense. And what did I say before? I'm like, we should just play one game without a goalie at all. And then they'll learn how to play defense.
Totally.
I'm like, we're going to lose our butts, but they're going to learn how to play defense. So let's just try it. Well, you got nothing to lose.
And defense has to be more than just throwing yourself on the ice to block a puck, which is like the standard move. Yeah, they actually looked okay in this game. I thought they had some good energy, but again, this is against one of the lower ranked teams in the NHL right now, and that game was really close. That game was inches away. And luckily, a power play goal, away from being either a tie or a Rangers loss. It's interesting. There's sort of been a trend, and I've been wondering about this and debating it a little bit internally. I think a lot of coaches are pulling the goalies too early, and I think that came back to bite Buffalo in the butt. They pulled him too early
over 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
We did that the other day,
Yeah, and it also didn't work out.
Then they pulled them again, after there was a 2-goal lead.
So. It never works. Maybe once every, I would say 7 times I've seen a goalie pulled. Does it actually make sense to do it?
Now, hypothetically, here's where the PWHLs would be fantastic because again, their scoring, rules are, you get 3 points for a win, nothing for a loss, and then you get the 2 and the 1 for the overtime win and loss. And amazingly, I think a lot of their games in their first season, close to half, if not more, went into overtime. So then you get a little bit more angst because then you got a 3-point lead. It'd be fun. I'm not going to do it because I'm sure someone else out there is doing it. It'd be fun to kind of recalculate the points of the NHL with those rules to see where people stand. Because it could be, someone who's been winning a lot. Last year, Boston had a crap ton of overtime wins. I think the same with the Capitals. There were so many. So it had that scoring thing changed, and just people who are, teams that were winning outright, that would have been a whole different story.
The other thing that'd be really interesting is if there was any benefit to goal differential. So you got an extra point, let's say if you won by 3 or more goals, it would change how much people are willing to pull their goalies for sure.
Yeah.
It would keep teams, like, even if there's a blowout, it would keep teams like fighting to the end. Maybe it's more than 2 goals for the sake of keeping things exciting. You get an extra point, and that's how it's calculated. So there could be all different kinds of ways to play around with it. It'd be really interesting.
So on the other side of the thing too, and this is where I kind of want to see more of, is, we've got some good lines. Cooley is still doing an amazing job, and the lines is play these kids more, play them more. They're performing better. Their lines are doing better. And, don't the fact that, I'm glad Mika scored, but when you're sacrificing ice time to have him on the ice to score 1 goal, in the last X amount of games.
Yeah.
And then you've got Cooley getting points, and Panarin still getting points on things, switch that order, play them more. So, that's kind of what I kind of want to see more of with these guys. But we'll see. We're not the coach. See, we should be, but we're not.
Okay.
So all you can do is sit and watch, and I just watch everybody bitch and moan about the same thing over and over and over again. So even they're not even happy with this win. There's still complaints. They're flat, emotionless. They're this, they're that. So at least they're taking shots, and and Igor did really well. There were some amazing saves that he did. Again, I want to see feisty Igor. So, I want someone to rile him up, and then you're done. Then we're going to really see a change. So Trocheck had a good fight too. So got pummeled, and someone else has to step up. That's where I'm most curious to see kind of how our physicality kind of,
Yeah, now that Trouba's gone.
Yeah, and look, the Ducks have Gudas and Trouba. They're gonna level everybody.
Yeah.
So the Ducks are a team to watch. Right now they lost. So since Trouba's been there, they're losing right now. They lost their first game with Trouba on the ice. I think it was overtime loss. So I want to see with these 2 big brute guys, and Gudas is dirty. So I don't like him. But the fans love him now that they have him. So I want to see if just their bruteness and physicality can. Well, they're either going to take out everybody and lose, and even this the slate, or they're going to move their way up just by being more physical on the West Coast.
Christine, I don't know about you, but I love the experience. Well, I do know about you, actually. We both love the experience of watching hockey live. There's something about being in the arena, feeling the chill of the ice, watching the players live, that is just the best.
It definitely is a good experience, and we do it a lot. In fact, I just did it.
Yeah, you were just in New York, right?
I was in New York a few times celebrating. So yeah, from the home opener, which was fantastic, to hitting up a couple games ad hoc, it's been really fun. So look, when I'm in New York, one of the best things to do is, I'll wait till last minute to get game tickets. And I will go to Game Time app to look for the tickets. We did that for Florida too. It's great because you have an all one view of the best prices and the best seats in the house. They always have deals, which is great too. And their deals are really good. I've kind of gotten us tickets to Vegas and New York games on some of those deal prices that they have.
Yeah. And Game Time also has tickets for absolutely everything, not just hockey. They have concerts, they have everything. And they have a new feature called Game Time. They have a new thing called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier, filters out all the fluff. So you only get incredible deals on great seats.
That's the best. And they have the all-in pricing is really a key. And I think Game Time is one of the leaders in doing that too, because you don't want to get to your checkout, and we've all done this on other ones where you're ready to pay and it's double the price. So the all-in pricing just shows you what you're looking at, and again, all in one view, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm on the Game Time app now, and I could look up. I know we're talking about going to the Vegas Golden Knights Rangers game coming up soon. So all I have to do is open the app, search Vegas Golden Knights or New York Rangers. Up come the seats. I can just click on any game that I want, and it will show me all in pricing. It'll show me the view that I will get from my seat. It's really awesome. It's a super deal.
Our challenge is how many can we get in the same section, because our group keeps growing and growing. So they do have that too, from single seats to group seats there too. So
it looks like we can get up to 18 tickets. So for our friends who are listening, we'll all coordinate and we'll all figure out where we're going to be sitting for Vegas Golden Knights, New York Rangers coming up.
18.
Yeah. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
It's game time. Hey guys, the 24-25 NHL season still has that new car smell for a little bit longer, and the action is heating up at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. So it's super easy for first-time users to get started on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just try betting on something like your team winning. So, and if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. All new customers, you just bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive award. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice. Copyright NHL 2024, all rights reserved.
Things that happened in the last week. So Shattenkirk announced his retirement. So he was briefly on our team. I think got our team and got injured and never came back. It ended up on the dial. He's been everywhere. So he announced his retirement and has had a great career. So that was good. We did see the last, was it 2 days ago, that Georgiev, I always like him. He was doing really well on the Avalanche, but he just got traded to San Jose. So that was an interesting trade. Then we're going to see, how he does with the Sharks and if that'll bring him back up. So we missed him playing with us. I still remember I was actually at the game when Georgiev was traded. And again, he was done a little wrong too, and was a little bitter about it.
Yeah.
And I was at the game at Madison Square Garden when he came back and played the Rangers for the first time, and they won Avalanche won in overtime, and just the way he celebrated, that victory of winning and beating the Rangers was really cute. I mean, I'm a Georgiev fan, so it's I like him. So to see that he was traded, and hey, they're all coming closer to us. So I'm like,
he had a tough year this year so far with the Avalanche. So maybe it's good. Maybe it's all, chemistry and change of scenery that'll help get him to the next level.
Yeah. What a weird dynamic it must be to kind of be with the team for a while and enjoy what you're doing, and then having like a business transaction kind of change things. And now you've got to become a teammate of people that you've just at times kicked the crap out of or gotten the crap kicked out of you, and then you're on their team, and then you got to fight against the other team. Like, that's just mentally, that's crazy. To be an athlete in that way, for kind of going back to, we were talking about the trades and everything. So we'll have to talk more about that. We have a couple players. We've got to get them on. Those are good questions to ask for that. And then kind of talking about the mental aspect of it too. JT Miller has been out on kind of a mental leave, and he's now back practicing with the team. So don't know when he's going to get back on the ice and play a game. But he's back with his team too, and that's a good sign for him. So it's good to see that he's kind of back, and
he's been in the rumor mill for the Rangers. I've seen his name quite a bit as a potential trade for Kreider. That rumor's not going anywhere. The other rumor I'm seeing a lot of, which I swear I thought it was fake news at first, is the Rangers potentially trying to trade Fox. But I think it's actually, it could just be Drury trying to send that message or scare them. But literally, I think I've seen every name of every player at one point or another now talked about.
I haven't seen that. Well, look, and Miller's the top one that I see the most of. And with the way he looks, like when he scores, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back out again on some kind of leave. You know? So it's, again, something to watch, since he's kind of done it before, and we'll see. But I do want to see more of Berard playing against. He's getting clipped left and right, and kind of getting dinged up each game. But I think he's loving it, and I kind of like having him on there. I guess want to see him do more, and and have the kids. Did the new guy play? I didn't even pay attention. I'm not even gonna pronounce it.
Vinanen. I can't even know. That's another one that
he hasn't played yet.
Going to struggle with for our double defense.
That's your thing.
Yeah. I'll have to ask ChatGPT.
I want to have Elena sing it.
Yeah, I think he was injured when the Trouba trade went through. He was injured. I think he was skating, but I don't think he played.
That was a good trade. Players.
I think they just wanted anyone who would pay Trouba's salary was a good trade. So that's fine.
There's room for more. So we do have it open. So like, that's your kind of sign that they're not done yet. Cause I think they kind of keep us maxed out on stuff. So there's some math going on there and some business dealings. Just don't be a jerk about it. Just be open and honest, and make it a business thing. I just don't like the dishonesty with some of these, people, but I don't know, maybe that's the way they play it. And we'll see. So we've got, you've got a good schedule coming up, and new babies all over the place. So let's let them focus. And some of these back-to-back games, I'm just going to keep. Now I'm on quick watch, right now. So get quick in there. Let's get these 2 wins. Let's really celebrate his 400th, win, and that'll be a really fun milestone to hit. I think, like you said before, they're doing whatever it takes to have him not, hit his milestone.
Yeah, they're going out of their way.
And we'll see.
Well, do you think we'll see him this weekend against the Kings? If they play Saturday, Saturday morning.
Did they play him? No. So it's a Saturday Sunday game, right? Who they play?
It's a Saturday Sunday. So the Kings play. They play the Kings Saturday.
Kings are home. I think
they
play
Blues Sunday. So with back to back, we'll see. You might see Quick in one of them.
You should, for sure. It'll probably be against the Blues.
It'll either be King Saturday or Blues on Sunday.
But we'll see. It'll be a good game. I'm going to be watching the Army Navy game on Saturday morning. And then I know we're meeting up after that. So I'll miss the game. I'll probably have it on my phone for the Kings game. But definitely will be kind of paying attention to what the score is and stuff. And maybe I won't want to know, but that's fine. Oh, I have to get, that means I have to get up early. So today too, look, Instagram and Facebook was down. So it took me forever and a day to get our drink pairing out. So that was fun in itself too. It was like, I was so proud of it. Like, this is the best thing. I found bus beer, found bus, and it was perfect. So somebody found them and returned them, and they played a good game. So
Yeah, it was perfect.
so I'm going to go for like a double, something double, like we want 2 in a row. We want to kind of put Faith back in and win and get a streak going. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do for the fans. And so, and for themselves is to get.
They need to restore some faith. I think what's happened and transpired over the last month for the Rangers has brought a lot of fans a lot of stress. And I think there's the panic button. We've gone way past the panic button. We've gone into full breakdown mode. Getting today's win was important, but I think you're right. It's if they go back to their regularly scheduled, depressing ways of playing, then it's going to be all for naught, and they really will be out of time to make any changes.
Well, hey, look, you're going to have a mid-season trade deadline coming up anyway. And when other people, they got to see what other people are willing to kind of give away and do. I mean, if you look, now that they've traded Trouba, if they're really thinking of trading someone big like Kreider, then I'd say the season's over with even any attempts for anything. I think they still are mixing up lines. I'm like, just keep everybody consistent for a game or two. Let them play consistently with their lines so that they, can be really comfortable with who's on the line with them, and then when the kid line is doing better, play them more. Yeah. So,
it's so sad. They're not kids anymore.
They're all kids.
Everybody got old and injured.
Then we don't have any injuries right now, right? So we're okay.
Right now, I think we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, stop sitting VC out. You got a couple good players. I don't know what the logic is in sitting out, some of these guys playing Berard over VC or but whatever, So just let's go for 2 in a row. And the Kings will be tough. They're look, and again, West Coast teams, they're very physical. This will be an interesting game to watch or listen to, in my case, as far as the checking and the physicality goes, because you got to up it 100%, plus just to even keep up with West Coast teams, especially someone like the Kings. So we'll see how they do. And then I think when they're here, they play the Ducks first. So the Ducks are going to just smash them up.
Oh, I bet that'll be. We'll probably hear it. Oh, I can only imagine what that sound is going to be when Trouba takes out his frustration when they come back.
That's gonna. Actually, I'm going to look up tickets this week.
Yeah,
we usually have a really good seats. I usually get the same seats behind, to the left of the Ranger bench. Usually 3 or 4, between 3 and 10 rows back from the ice. So we're usually pretty close. I've always get really good seats there. And so, I definitely want to be able to kind of, see these guys and see how they're going to play like in 3D. So definitely looking forward. And that's going to come up, quick. I can't believe it's that long that we have to wait for it because they already played Anaheim. Yeah, they just played Anaheim before the trade. So the next time will be when they're here. That's it.
It is a weird schedule this year.
I know. So we're all good. And then one other quick note to kind of close up stuff, PWHL stuff. Again, if if you're following us and you're listening this far into the podcast and you're tired of the Rangers, switch it over to the PWHL. I think you'll be surprised. I mean, these women are playing really great. The game is high energy. It's a great game. There's just as many bad calls and weird calls. One of the girls got injured because she was just getting, there was a call the other day, and Matthew had called me because just as the player was going off the ice, so the door was open, another skater came by and kind of checked her, and she kind of went into the open door. So I think she was okay. But then they were talking about whether it was a 2-minute penalty, like a penalty at all, or even a 5 minute. So they've got crazy things too, and they've got missed kind of goalie interference calls that kind of wins games. So, and they're, so there's just as much stress in that, but the women play very well. And if you're watching it on YouTube, there's a whole chat thing going on. So it's really kind of fun to watch it, and it's interactive. And it's free because you haven't been able to watch 2 of the games. We're paying for services, and we're seeing that complaint more and more, especially for people that are living in New York, and it's getting blacked out there. So I couldn't watch the Ducks game. I wanted to watch Trouba's first game, but I'm like, what channel is Victory Channel for the Ducks? I'm like, I've never even heard of this channel. And I'm like,
we actually have a connection because that is where Sarah's working.
Well,
it is, no, it's free. It's a free platform. You download it. It's a free platform. The Ducks and I think the Stars have put all of their games on it. Yes.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this.
You know what? We need to get her back on the podcast to have a chat about it, because I think it's actually great. I think it's great.
Yes.
As people who have chased where we can watch something. There are days I'm texting 17 people. How are you watching this game? Where are you? Sometimes I have some VPN from Japan on trying to watch some of these games. It's awful. It's awful.
Luckily, mine's working. I had the ESPN expired. It was my birthday gift last year from you. Thank you. But then all of a sudden I'm like, it's not working anymore. Okay, wait, I still have center ice because I forget to cancel that one. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch it. Oh, look, they're on. And the difference is, at least center ice, when the game is on, there's not like 10 games going on, you get the pre-show and the post-show, which is really good.
You do not get on ESPN.
You don't get that on ESPN Plus. So that, and that's not good either, because that's the main.
They will show the post game. The post game will go up for free on YouTube, I would say about a half hour afterward. So that's when I usually watch it. But yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to how they've made any of these deals. So I'm excited that any teams are trying to take advantage of being able to put the content out for free and let the fans come to it.
Oh, okay. So now I'm caught up on that too, because I was like, I don't even know what the channel is. Because here, look, when the Ducks play, it's usually on Channel 9. I can't watch it on center ice because it's blacked out. So again, for people watching and complaining, we're automatically blacked out for not just the Kings and the Ducks, but also Vegas. They're not even in our state, but for whatever reason, they black us out for that too. So it becomes impossible to watch. That's 3 teams, 6 games that we really can't watch anywhere. I have to go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
Try to beg them to put hockey on.
We did that. Yeah, we did.
The bane of our existence.
Go on a Sunday. Matt and I went to watch it on a Sunday. Watch the PWHL, and the guy's like, we usually don't change the channel off of football. And I'm like, well, you're a sports bar and you have 100 TVs. And it's going to happen. And he kind of looked at me, and I'm like, and if you come back and tell me no, you can bring your manager with me. And he just was like, what? And Matthew was like, Mom, stop. And I'm like, no. And then Matthew's like, over there you have it was like an old, it was like horse race or horse jumping, or it was something that was like old. And he's like, maybe you can just put it on that one. The manager came over and put it on one of the big screens because the games had just ended and there's only 1 or 2 games on. Plus there was like 10 people in the place. It wasn't packed. And then Matthews turns around. He's like, they don't want to put our game on, but look over there. And they had like a lacrosse game on another TV, you know? So it's like, dudes, make up your mind. So don't let anybody tell you no. And if they do, you come to me, you let me know. I'm like, they don't tell me no. So we were able to watch the game at Buffalo Wild Wings and see. So those are we have to coordinate those type of things, too. So, and the good thing is, even though it's a little bit of a trek, game's always here or at your place. So we know how to.
Between the two of us, we always figure out a way. Well, on that note, Christine,
let's hope we want an uneventful week. We're coming.
We want an uneventful week.
Good things.
Yeah. full
The
of wins.
manifesting thing didn't work so well, but you can't stop doing that. So you got to keep manifesting the good things. So like keep it quiet, jury. Just chill. Go watch Hallmark movies or something between now and the end of the year. Stay out of their business. Let them play, and and then you guys hopefully will come out like you guys. We got some morning games. They're going to be back at Madison Square Garden on Saturday. So, get even the crowd hasn't been in it. So like the crowd, you guys that are going, get back in the game, be loud and support your team. And let's see how they do this weekend. So let's go for 2 in a row on the win side. Beat the Kings. That's fantastic. It'll be a fantastic game. And no more trades, no more babies. I think we're good, right? I think we're good.
I think we need a little. We need
No
a little break
injuries.
from the drama. And also, before we go, I want to wish a very happy birthday to my dad. It's my dad's birthday. He is no longer with us, but he is a big reason that I'm a Ranger fan today. So just wanted to say we are thinking about him.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, happy birthday, Dad.
Thanks, Christine. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening, and we will be back here next week to keep you posted on all things New York Rangers, PWHL, and everything in between. Have a great week, guys.
Bye, guys.